Actually, yeah, I know, and you don't. Today I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm going to do kind of an evaluation on a car that I purchased. So this is my wife's 2024 Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Today I'm just going to kind of do a quick walkthrough, and should have we bought it or should we have gotten something else? And I'm about to tell you. Stay tuned. Alright, this is my wife's 2024 Toyota RAV4 hybrid version, and it is not bad actually. So we bought this in late November, I believe. It is now mid-January, and overall this is not a bad car. This is actually pretty nice. It's a beautiful gray color, and it's kind of like a smoky gray. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the name of the paint scheme is, but overall it's a pretty darn good car. All-wheel drive, you can tell just because it says right there that's what it is. It's got quite a bit of storage space in the back as well, so pretty sweet. Another awesome feature of this RAV4 is, I mean, everybody's seen these, but they're pretty awesome. This is privacy screen. We hardly ever use it, but it's pretty nice to have anyways. Got the LED lights in the back as well, which is pretty nice. We got the one LED light anyway, but that's enough at nighttime. It lights up the entire cargo area. And we got this nice hard rubber matting in the cargo area as well. Is pretty awesome. Plenty of room for activities. The interior overall is actually really nice. I really think it's nice and stylish, and I have absolutely no complaints. The colors are contrasting in such a way that it just makes this driving experience pretty nice. Once you're actually on the road, it's actually pretty comfortable. The interior overall for this car is actually pretty nice. I really like the looks and the aesthetics. You've got a pretty decent sized screen. The only thing that I do not care for is that you've got an on and off button here, and that's it. Everything else, all the other functions are digital, and you have to actually use the screen. And it is very difficult to find exactly what you're looking for unless you're used to it, I guess. But I mean, I've had this car for 2 months now, and I'm still not used to doing what I need to do. So for example, the Bluetooth function, or connecting your phone to the car via Bluetooth, is actually a little bit challenging, at least for me. Bluetooth devices. I'm going to kind of show how it's done. I'm not sure if it's going to work. That's my phone. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing, where it says use for Apple CarPlay, use for media, use for phone. Well, I want to use it for all of it. So, but it only allows you to pick one of those options. There, it looks like I'm connected now. Top left-hand corner, and there we go. There it is, right there. And so from here, everything looks normal now. I can function I can use all the Spotify functions that I typically like to use and things like that. So that's how you connect via Bluetooth. It's different than every other recent car that I've purchased. I say it's challenging, but you just got to get used to it. Another part of the interior that it's not a showstopper, but it's just really kind of annoying for me, is when I drive, I almost always put my right hand on the shifter. It's just a habit. It serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever, especially considering this is not automatic. But I just like to rest my hand on top of this sometimes. And on the Toyota RAV4, it's really far off to the right, and it just isn't as comfortable as it is in other vehicles that I've had. Cup holders, everybody's seen cup holders before. I really, the only reason why I'm pointing these out is because I prefer vehicles that have cup holders that are side to side, just like that, as opposed to my 2017 F-150 that I had, where they were on the right hand. Both of the cup holders were on the right hand side, one in the back, one in the front, like that. It just kind of felt like I had to reach over a lot to do that. This car overall, I'm kind of back up here. This car is really compact when it comes to the cup holders. I almost feel like these are really close. So when I'm driving the car by myself, I'll put my cup over here because this one just seems like it's really cramped in here. Going back to the center console, these buttons right here, I absolutely cannot stand how they have them laid out, because once again, if you're not used to it and you're driving, you're trying to keep your eyes on the road, and then you're trying to adjust the fan or the heater, the air conditioner, and all the buttons look exactly the same, and you may not have the opportunity to stare at it long enough to figure out what button does what, is what I'm trying to say. So it really helps to have somebody sitting next to you to control all this stuff, and maybe even control the radio. So anyway, once again, it just takes some getting used to. Otherwise, it looks really nice, just like the rest of the interior. These bezels are made out of rubber, and I really do like that. I don't care too much for the dinky little volume button right there. That's how it is on my 2022 Toyota Camry as well. It just seems like it's just too small. If I had something maybe not quite this big, but just a little bit more bulky, that would be a very helpful thing for me. All right, here is a view of the gauge cluster. It is very busy, as you can see, and you can change quite a bit of how it looks, and obviously what information that you can see on it. The majority of the information, like eco score, I don't care about that. Maybe that's something you care about, maybe not. It's got somewhat of a compass, which I kind of like having a compass, honestly. I don't use it all the time, but my previous cars have had one, and for some reason I just like to use it. I don't know why. The audio function on this, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of useless. It shows you what songs are playing or what radio station you're playing and all that. It's kind of dumb. Battery life, tire pressure, all the things that you would expect to be in a car. Okay, so to change the gauge cluster, you have to go to vehicle settings and scroll all the way down to settings. Okay, hold the OK button on settings. Okay, that pops this open, and then scroll down to, what is it? Wait. Oh, scroll down to meter type, hit OK, and now you can change the style. So you can see how it's got that, I'm going to call it horseshoe, or it's not really a rainbow because it's black and white. Click on digital, and then now you have that digital big block number right there. And if you want to change it back, show you what it looks like again. Whoops, you want to change it back and show what it looks like again, just like that. It's pretty cool. I like that you can sort of change that. Those are the only two options you got, but both of them are actually pretty neat, I think. This is probably one of the most inconvenient things about this car, because the door handle right here is just shifted way too far to the front, at least for me. And so when you step into the car and you go to close it, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's almost like you're holding or trying to grab the door right from the front to try to close it. I'm used to having something right here where it just makes it a lot easier to shut the door. It gives you a little bit more leverage. You really have to be cautious opening the door when there's a car parked right next to you. Moving on to the sunroof. The sunroof is a great feature. I love having a sunroof in all of my cars. I wish I had a sunroof in all of my cars. This one is not quite lined up with the front seat. What I mean by that is it's really difficult from the driver's seat, especially when you're trying to drive, to grab a hold of the there we go. See, told you. No, to grab a hold of this and then the handle and bring it all the way back. It's just extremely uncomfortable. It just seems like the sunroof is shifted too far back for the driver to be able to easily handle it. Moving over to the back seat, the options for this car are of course cloth, and we opted for the cloth version instead of the Sportex because the Sportex is just incredibly uncomfortable for me. I have a 2022 Toyota Camry that has Sportex interior, and I cannot drive that car for more than an hour before my whole lower end of my body and my backside is in excruciating pain, and it sucks. So we opted for the cloth instead, and we are happy with it. It is comfortable, and once again with the interior, it looks fantastic. I almost forgot, the backup camera is absolutely amazing. It is crystal clear, and it gives you a very wide point of view. Absolutely love this backup camera, the best backup camera that I've ever had in any of my cars. In terms of drivability, the car again is very slow. It's a 4-cylinder engine, hybrid. It's got the exact same engine that all the other RAV4s have. The car itself feels heavy when you're driving it. I'm not going to say that it feels like you're driving a tank, but you're not going to be zipping in and out of traffic. Storage is fantastic. We just took this car on a ski trip several weeks ago, and it did everything we needed to do. We're a family of 4. We've got 2 boys. They're getting into their teenage years. On that note, the back seat, I will say that the back seat is a little bit short. If you're a big family, tall family, this probably isn't going to be the car for you. Otherwise, in terms of size, the height of the car when you're driving is actually pretty good. I like it. As I said before, my other car is a 2022 Toyota Camry. It sits really, really low to the ground, and which is probably why it gives me a lot of back problems. This one, I have no issues with that. In terms of blind spots, there are a few, but it's not that bad at all. I haven't had any issues with blind spots. But again, that's me. I urge you, if you're interested in purchasing a Toyota RAV4, that you just go ahead and test drive one yourself. Overall, when driving this car, before you put the car in gear, you need to go ahead and take care of everything, all the creature comforts that you want while you're driving before you push on the gas, due to the fact that a lot of the buttons are very small and a few of them are kind of hidden, just such as the sunroof buttons. In order to operate a lot of those creature comfort items inside the interior, you have to take your eyes off the road quite a bit and just kind of fumble around, and it really kind of sucks. All right, so overall, should you buy this car? Should you not buy this car? Obviously, I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should. That's completely subjective. I just gave you a whole bunch of things to think about. I gave you my perspective, and you choose whatever you want. I suggest that you, if you are seriously interested in purchasing a Toyota RAV4, or any car for that matter, you test drive it yourself, and you figure it out. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Overall, I give this car a 6 out of 10. The exterior and the interior both look great. The interior, however, the functionality just really isn't there for me. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.